Brooklyn Independent Television.
When I moved to Sheepshead Bay, I'd been in Midtown Manhattan for 15 years, and I wanted to change. And when I went down there, I just felt inspiration. And one day, Shamar and I were out there just driving around. This guy was sitting there breaking open clams for bait. And we started talking with him, and I told Shamar, I said, that'd make a really interesting project to photograph fishermen. And he suggested maybe we could collaborate on it, and I could do some writing that would accompany the photographs.
First, there was just sort of a sense of faith. We didn't necessarily know what was going to happen or how it was going to happen. We just kind of went to the beaches and the piers, and we were going to see what would happen. And as time went by, and I think it was Danny and Anna who were one of the first ones that really just lit up for me. They just told us so much of their life. It was as if we were their close friends, the way they were talking to us. So it said something to me about story, something about being heard, something about humanity. And I think that that was the power for the project.
After I was diagnosed with diabetes, I had 3 eye surgeries to avoid losing my vision. They didn't work. And the darkness, the sudden loss of knowing the vivid colors of a strawberry or my cats left me depressed. My husband finally convinced me to go fishing with him, and he told me stories of fishing with his father. His stories, the sound of his voice in the telling, the ocean breeze, the rhythms of fishing, gave me a new way to see, a new way to live, a new way to understand my world and my life.
The first time I came here fishing, I think I had to be about 6 or 7 years old. I came over here with my dad. It was low tide and we were sitting on the concrete. We were basically just fishing for porgies and snappers. And as I got older, I got into bigger and better fish. But it's still definitely an experience. Plus, when you come out here, you meet a lot of good people out here fishing. When I'm fishing, it doesn't bother me if anybody's around.
We'd see certain fishermen, and we'd do like a walk by. Say, that guy was kind of interesting. Let's do a walk by and just maybe eavesdrop a little bit and just walk by and check them out and see if maybe we want to photograph them. 9 times out of 10, they were into it. I mean, fishermen like to talk about fishing. They're very proud of what they do, and they're really into it. And New York fishermen are definitely really into it, because I think it's a great escape from the asphalt jungle we live in. And I think it's all about not necessarily catching fish, it's just about being out there. Just being in that state of mind, that peaceful state of mind.
The stories that touched me the most, one of them is Pedro. He had only been in New York very short. It was like a couple of weeks when we met him. Fishing was helping him feel at home. This gave him a sense of peace, a sense of belonging, and that really moved me.
Mi nombre es Pedro. Vengo de México, del estado de Guerrero. Pues desde allá tengo esa tendencia de pescar. Me gusta mucho pescar. Y por eso cuando llegué aquí a Nueva York, lo primero que yo pues busqué fue el mar, porque siento que es mi vida, me gusta más que nada.
To me, what's powerful about the exhibit and about their stories in photography and in the writing is that, one, it seems almost like weird, like, wow, fishing in New York, and look at these characters. This is not what you think of when you think of fishermen and fisherwomen. It's a little bit of us. You can recognize a little bit of you in all of their struggles, and that there's so many ways to work through beauty and struggle. And that's also why I appreciated Alicio so much. He was just a funny, fun-loving guy that kind of was very free and just laughing a lot. But underneath it all, there's this sense that he's been through a lot too, and that it's sort of like what Richard Pryor says. It's like, in laughter there is sadness, and so I felt that, and I think that's the beauty of this art and art in general, is that you can capture something about someone that's almost unspoken and unsaid. And that's why it was so beautiful to work with Christian, because we're trying to get at it in different angles, in different ways, but still talking about their story.
Brooklyn Independent Television. on the BCAT TV network.